Hi, and thank you for joining me back on my channel, Tools for Kids, Writing Tools for Kids. Hope you don't mind cats, because this one is cold and wants to sit on top of me. Last time I was talking about tools for writing and how to structure a story, and I'm borrowing from Sid Field's Screenwriter's Workbook. I'm taking his paradigm, and using the paradigm, we will place the elements of a story. If you can't fill out the paradigm, if you don't have all the elements of the story, you don't have a story. Oh, my cat's interested in what's going on here. And I'm going to try to keep it to 3 minutes again. So let's plot the movie Cars on our paradigm. So, setting. We start out with we'll call it a world of living cars. Let's skip the top details for now and go down to the opening. The movie starts out at a racetrack, and you can put little hints like we're looking at something sort of like the Daytona 500 here. We have Lightning McQueen, and he is racing for first place. Lightning is a hot shot, and we establish that, and we establish a lot of the characters. Now, plot point 1. This is where something happens in the life of our star that changes the direction of our star. So, I've wrestled over this a bunch of times. I'm going to put both answers. Plot point 1, I'm going to say Lightning McQueen, and I'm going to say he gets lost. When he falls off of the back of Mac and he gets lost and ends up wandering around into Radiator Springs. If plot point 1 is Lightning McQueen gets lost, give me back to text here. Okay, Lightning McQueen gets lost. Skip the midpoint. Then plot point number 2 is going to be, and must be, and can only be Lightning McQueen. I spelled that wrong. And if plot point 1 is Lightning McQueen gets lost, plot point 2, you guessed it, Lightning McQueen gets found. That's the resolution. Then our ending would be he goes back to the Piston Cup and does a big race. I think that's actually the main thing, but some people might argue with me and they might say, no, David, you're wrong. Plot point 1 Lightning McQueen. We'll just put LM so I don't have to spell his name right. Lightning McQueen ties for the Piston Cup. And then if Lightning McQueen ties for Piston Cup is plot point 1, and we can still put that in our action, then plot point 2 must and can only be related to the Piston Cup, which would be Lightning McQueen, spoiler, here it comes, loses the Piston Cup. Thank you, John Lasseter. Thank you, Disney, for not giving us another magical, oh, and they won, yay, oh, and they won. Lightning McQueen actually loses the Piston Cup, yay. That's our plot points. I think it's the first one, Lightning McQueen gets lost, and then Lightning McQueen gets found, but again, you could argue with me. Midpoint. This is what happens in the middle of our story. Oh, I'm almost out of my 3 minutes. Midpoint happens in the middle. Yes, I hear you, alarm. Midpoint happens in the middle of the story, and midpoint is a place where the undercurrent changes. Now, you don't see the undercurrent yet, so we're going to get to that next time. If you want to do a little bit of writing and you want to think about some other stories you've watched, opening's fine. Look for the plot points. Study the plot points. 2 major plot points. Plot point 1, we get into the trouble, we get into the action. Plot point 2, we get out of the trouble or we die or whatever happens in the story. It's the resolution to plot point 1. All right, thanks for watching, and I wish you a great job writing.